Hey guys, it's Greg and Ashley with Gamers with Coffee. So this is going to be a giveaway in the game.
Yep.
So there we go. So pay attention if you can. We're going to do this battle report a little differently, but inside of it we're going to do a giveaway. And at some point in the game,
we'll give you a keyword.
We'll let you know what you need to do to be entered in the giveaway. Fair enough? If I said it was at the end, we'll do it, then you just skip to the end.
Yep, you'll never know when we'll give you the word.
So, at some point, don't worry, it's not very long. Mission rules with Clash of Steel, you draw the cards for your mission rules.
Yep.
Ours is only 6 rounds. So, real quick, what we're going to do is show you what we're giving away. And then we are going to give you a little bit of background on what we're doing here. And we'll go from there, okay? So,
alright, so we bought this print.
Hold it up so it can focus. So remember, there you go. So, yep, we did pay for this print, for this tank. It's a dice tower, okay, a dice tower. The top comes off the turret, but the bottom there, if you tip it up, the dice come out. The guns are movable.
They move.
So we cleaned this print up. Like I said, we paid for it, cleaned it up, and we primered it. Now, it's up to you to what to paint it. It's not a specific tank in general, so if you're out there trying to figure out what kind of model it is, don't. We just downloaded the print, and
I thought it was cool.
It's kind of a cool looking combo tank thing. So we also haven't run across the dice tower that's a tank.
No.
So something fun, and we'll let you know what you got to do for the giveaway. It's free to anybody that watches on any of the platforms. So we're going to give you a quick overview here.
So
if you want, Ashley, you can stand and we'll turn this around. Yep. You can face the board.
All right, 1 second, guys.
All right, so here's an overview of the table. We got the handy dandy dice tower down there. What you see here, if you watch the others, is this is a map. It's supposed to be on a much bigger table. Yes, approximately 6x4.
Yep.
So this is not a 6x4 table. We're going to go ahead and play with the Soviets in American Clash of Steel.
I gotta have my Soviets.
Ashley's got to have her Soviets. So what you have with this is 3 objectives, 1 in the middle, 2 and 3 on the outside. The craters are from like a bombing run type of scenario that we're going to do, and that's going to cost to move over the train. Now,
yep.
What we can do is I'll unhook this and you can take a look at Ashley's force. And she'll tell you a little bit about that before we get going. So what's your first group here?
That's the ISU's 130s.
Yeah.
So they're also known as the high-powered gun projects from 1944 to 1945. Heavy tank destroyers.
Yep.
There were only 5 prototypes made. They wanted something to basically destroy the King Tigers and the J Tigers from the Germans from a medium to long range. So these guys actually have a decent gun.
Yep. And while you're looking at your notes, see these cards are set up. You're familiar with Flames of War or Team Yankee. That's how it's set up. It'll tell you on the back your unit size, what the points are.
Yep.
This one's got a pretty good range, Ash, 36 inches.
So the barrel that's actually on these right now is 196 millimeter. So these can actually penetrate armor from 1,000 meters.
Okay.
But the max range was around 15,000 meters. It carried 25 shells. The kill-death ratio was 6 to 7. So they didn't have a good one, but
they kept pretty
got
close.
pretty good.
Okay. What's your next set there?
So the next, these 3 is the IS-3s. Was the last Soviet heavy tanks designed during the World War II. They were made in 1944, and there was 2,300 made. It has an 85 millimeter gun, which had a greater velocity than the 122 millimeter gun. The Nickname for the IS-3s was Pike Nose because of the triangle-shaped roof.
Okay.
So you can see like the little triangle shape.
Right there on that.
Their kill-loss ratio was 1-1.
So it's even?
Yep.
What's your other set you got?
And then the last ones, which are the 6 here, are the T-54-1s. They were built in 1949. They did 35,000 builds from the beginning of the war. And the Chinese copied the T-54 under the type 59s. It's a medium tank. It has a 100mm gun. The LB-1 main gun, coupled with a 7.62mm machine gun, and it completed by 2 more 7.62mm SGs.
Okay.
Mounted inside the boxes of the fender. So, which would be scary that they would be in here.
Yeah. So.
But their kill-death ratio was 2-1, so they actually had the better odds.
That's not bad. So, you know. So, there's our giveaway again.
Oh, we didn't show them how it worked. Hold on. So.
Well, you just put it in the top there. It actually rolls really good. It doesn't like consistently roll the same numbers. You'd think because it's a little short, but anyhow.
All right, now it's Greg's turn.
So we are going to take a look at what I got. So right now, the first one's up that I have. These are the Hellcats. That's probably too close, Ash. So these are cool little tanks. They came in late in the war, the M18 Hellcat. So it actually was, when I looked it up, the Buick division of General Motors that built these. It did earn its nickname Hellcat because it was pretty effective tank killer in World War II. And the reason I think it was effective, it got introduced very late, almost towards the very end. It had a 100-mile range on the thing, and it was fast. These tanks were running 55 to 60 miles an hour. They easily outran the German Panzers pretty quickly. So they mostly acted as infantry support, right?
Are these considered light machine or light tanks then?
Yeah, I would think so.
I believe so.
So their main gun really wasn't a big gun. It was a 76 millimeter cannon compared to the others. And they seldom, I mean, I guess they killed a German Tiger, but pretty much non-existent. All I can say is they had a kill ratio of 2-1. There was only 2,507 built.
Wow.
The drawback was they had really crappy, terrible armor. And their high explosive rounds for this were junk. So basically, it sounds like from the research I've done, the reason they got the kills is they simply were faster than the Panzers, and they were able to circle around for the most part and get close-up kills that way. Otherwise, they were more or less infantry support. But they did not come in until, the very end of the war, and they even serviced some of them in Korea. Yugoslavia, and the Yugoslav wars also used the older versions of those, and they've been in conflicts up till around 1995. But, the armor was terrible. So then, let's see here. The next one I got is the T-28. Now, with Clash of Steel, some of these are prototypes, such as the T-28, never made it to battle. You can see it's a big, heavy tank.
I'm afraid of these.
Yep, only 2 of them were ever made by Pacific Car and Foundry. So they never made it out. They never went anywhere. They're huge on weight and very low engine power. They had an obstacle crossing ability that was terrible. That's why they didn't do anything else with them. They couldn't cross obstacles at all. They did have a 105 millimeter gun, but they were only able to go, their top speed was 8 miles an hour. So the T-28s could pack a punch, but they just literally really couldn't do anything. So they never went to war. The next ones I got are the T-30s, because you had T-28s, T-29s, T-30s, and the set came with the 28s and the 30s. Okay, so these, like I said, they never made it to war. They made the T-29s also, which the set didn't come with, but it came with the T-30s. So just looking up a little bit on those, they were a heavy tank. They were supposed to try to counter the German Tigers tanks, you know, because the Tigers dealt some punishment. And they never seen service, just trials. They were made by a company called Process Steel Car Company from Detroit, in the Detroit Arsenal. 6 of them were built. They took a crew of 6. They had 2 loaders, a gunner, a driver, radio operator, and commander. Their armor was very thick. They had a 155 millimeter gun, which,
Jeez.
you know, they could carry 34 rounds, and it was amped up with 2 50 caliber MGs. So they approximate range on this was 160 miles on a tank of fuel at about 20 miles an hour. So
wow,
these would have been really formidable had the war not ended and they got to see service. These things might have been a kicker. So that's what we got with Clash of Steel. You got to remember, some of this again are prototype tanks that never made it. The premise of the game is World War II never ended. So with this game, we found out who's first. I'm the attacker.
I lost the
dice roll. So you have pretty cool little things. This will give you, if you're within so close of your objective, 4 inches. You have some nice markers, unit leader markers, for who your leader is. Camouflaged, if they're camouflaged. Destroyed or bailed out. So it comes with plenty of that. You're going to use something called tactic cards. You can use different tactics. Sorry about that. During the game. It's like this. Re-roll a dice. You don't need to get that close, Ash. It'll really be too much. So, sorry about that. But that's about what we're going to do. So we're going to throw down a game of this. And that's the American starter set with the Soviets. And we'll fight out. Now, during the course of the rounds, at some point, we'll tell you how you can enter to get that free giveaway. Okay? And in return, all we're asking for is some honest opinion. Did you like the fact that we did a little bit of explaining on the tanks? Did you like, what you saw? Just in general, let us know. And of course, you can email us too at gamerswithcoffee@gmail.com if you have some suggestions that or in depth, or you don't want to just throw on YouTube. And just let us know. We'd appreciate it. All right, you guys, so we're going to go to round 1.